Let me give you a rundown of my life as somebody who has zero privilege except an education and parents who are still alive. My parents were primary school teachers, so you can imagine the kind of life we lived. Being sent from school for school fees, etc. Been there, done that. I was a degree holder and I worked at the bar. I worked in the bar in the middle of the night being harassed by drunkards, me and my friend. And we still did that job. We were leaving the bar at 2 a.m. in the night. We get to our apartment because our caretaker didn't like us. He has locked the door and we had to jump over the gate. I almost broke my ankle because I needed money. Honest living. I was a degree holder and I worked at the supermarket for 18,000 salary. I worked, I sold insurance door to door. Do you know how difficult it is to sell insurance in Nairobi door to door where people don't believe they're going to die? I worked for one little supply company where they were importing things from China. I worked as a caretaker for an apartment there in Roysambu. There's a huge apartment there in Roysambu next to TRM Mall, that big brown building. I worked there as a caretaker, anga, somebody who takes you around to see the house, and if you like the house, you sign the contract and you pay, etc., etc. I did that. I worked for Zuku where I was walking. My God, I was walking door to door selling Zuku, Kuparara. I remember one mama one day when she was driving what's that car? CX, Mazda CX or something. It was just coming out. And she stopped her car and gave us 1,000 and said, ladies, I just wanted to bless you guys with lunch. I did that. So yes, in Nairobi, if you don't look for a job, you might not get. And if you have this mentality of, I can't do this, I can't do that because I'm a degree holder, I'm educated, I need to do this, I need to have the status job, you will be broke. That's just a fact. You'll be broke. So do those little jobs, do those small things that you think are so irrelevant, those hosting gigs, those promo jobs that they pay you 1,000. I did all those things, guys. And those are the things that even made me become very conversant with Nairobi because I'm from the village. I did those promo jobs in Buruburu, in Donholm, in Rongai. I was living in Thika Road, Ruiru, and I have to be in Rongai at 6 in the morning. You can imagine what time I was waking up. And I did that to survive. So when you people are saying Murugi is privileged, it's sour. Murugi is privileged, let's say, for example. But what about those people who hustle? But you people don't get to see behind the scenes. You only get to see what we show you here on the internet, thinking our life have been jolly. You're like, we are privileged. We are privileged by going to school. And the little jobs I did, those small jobs that you people think are so irrelevant, they might just land you a job. I got my first tech sales job from selling Zuku. That is the experience that landed me a tech sales job here in Amsterdam. That supply company role that I worked there, that coupled with the experience I've gotten in this country, that is the experience I'm riding on in my current job. No experience goes to waste, guys. No experience goes to waste. That hosting gig, that promo job, that car wash that you think is just a small thing you're doing by the way, if you meremetesha it on your CV, you pimp it on your CV and put some corporate jargons there to get a recruiter attracted to your CV, you might just land a job, guys. So that's why for me, I don't believe in discriminating a job. As long as I get to learn something I didn't know, I will take the job. I will sweep the road. In this country, I have worked in a hotel. I have cleaned the toilets. I have worked as a babysitter. I've ridden Uber, bicycle, Uber Eats to drop off food for people. You people, you don't understand. Some of you, to be honest, you just choose to be lazy and choose not to look for work. And then you say, oh, the government. Do I believe the government has something to do with it? Yes. But do I believe that also us as people, we also need to just get out of our comfort zone and find something to do? 100%. So Murugi was right. Some of you just choose to be broke. Said what I said. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings.